Hey guys, this is Rebecca with the Mercedes-Benz of Collierville. In today's video, we're going to be covering the all-new 2021 Mercedes-Benz E350 sedan. In the top left corner of your screen, you have the Profiles tab. Just click on it and press Create Profile. Choose your icon, write your name, keep it at current settings, continue. You can input your height into the vehicle and then press Start Positioning, and it will adjust your seat settings and steering wheel to what the vehicle thinks someone of your height should be driving at. And you want to make sure that auto seat adjustment is highlighted in blue. Then you can enter your home address. So super easy. What we're going to do is automatically going to auto-populate your state that you are already located in, and then you can just type in 4650. Save as home address, continue, and then this is getting your phone Bluetooth connected. So what I'm going to do when I get to this stage is I'm going to go into my settings and open up my Bluetooth and then press connect phone. It's going to start searching for devices. It found me. I'm just going to click on my name on the screen, make sure that 6-digit code matches, press pair, allow those contacts to sink in, and then finish in the top right corner. Whenever someone calls me, it's going to show on the screen who's calling me. I can press this right here to answer. I can press this to decline. If I want to make a phone call, I can press my voice control button here, wait for the beep, and say call so-and-so, and it will call them for me. And if I want to access my home address, I want to press this star right here, which means favorites. And I can see that 4651 South Houston Levy Road, which we saved in earlier, is saved under home, and I just press on it and it automatically starts that route guidance. So there are 3 ways to control the center screen. You've got on the right side of your touchpad, you'll notice the 4 arrows with the OK in the middle. You can literally swipe just like the touchpad in the previous models, left or right, and press it in like a button to select. Then you have your touchpad in the center console area here. Swipe left or right and you can press it in like a button to select. And then you can actually touch your screen. Now that we have our phone Bluetooth connected and our home address saved as home address, while navigating through the navigation system, guys, this is just before I let anybody drive off the lot. I like to press this right here and I just basically highlight highway information, then press advanced. I'll move over here to map orientation. Make sure it's on auto zoom so people can read the street names perfectly. And then I like it, I don't know about you guys, but I like it when the arrow is always straight in front of me. So I do 2D heading up. That way it always makes sense to me. And then I just go through the list and make sure everything's highlighted and activated, house numbers, street names, text information, next intersecting street. You just want to make sure everything's activated so that you really use the full capacity of your nav system. Alright guys, moving on to radio. We have Sirius XM, FM, AM, and you can just tap and change those wave bands just like that. Swipe left or right here to go through the stations, or what I like to do is honestly just press this right here. And it's a lot faster to maneuver through them. So one of the stations I listen to the heat and say I wanted to save that as a preset. Now I'm on the heat, I'm just going to assign it to number 1. Now that we created our profile, it's saying my name up here, our phone is Bluetooth. Say I wanted to stream YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, anything through the car. Every time I go into Bluetooth, it is now automatically Bluetooth connected to my device, and I see the name of my device right here on the screen. So I can essentially press play on whatever I want, and it's going to automatically come through the car. So there's no extra steps. Then we're going to move on to the Lotus Flower. So we have seat kinetics. This is going to slightly adjust your seat every 5 to 10 seconds to increase blood circulation and keep you awake during long road trips. Then you have your seat heating balance, which when you turn your seat heater on, if you're someone who doesn't like your back heated up, you can turn that off and only have it heat up the bottom of your seat, or vice versa. So far, everybody keeps that on equal though. And then you do have a reset for your seat settings button. And then the fun stuff, which is the ambient lighting. So first I go to brightness and I make sure all my brightness levels are at 100%. And then I come over here to color. And the most popular color combination is the red moon. That's what my car is still set at. That's what I set all of the cars at, just because in my personal opinion it's the prettiest. But you can turn off this multicolor and you have 64 different color options to choose from. I'm actually digging this pink, so we'll leave it on the pink. Now we're moving on to vehicle info, and this is just going to give you a lot of basic information about your vehicle, like what degree my wheel is turned at. As I move the steering wheel, it's showing a computerized graphic here just to give me a better idea. It'll also tell me what percentage acceleration I'm using, what percentage brake I'm using. I can click on this here, engine data, and it'll tell me how many horsepower I'm using, how many pounds-foot torque I'm using. Then I can click on consumption here, and it's going to show me a graph of how many miles per gallon I'm consuming. And then you have, of course, the digital operator's manual, which you can search in keywords that are going to bring up video tutorials. They're going to bring up articles and specific things to help you with whatever task you searched. Then over here we have the Mercedes Me and apps, which you can press on. And here, if I had been connected by the concierge, it would say my name here, just stating that I am in control of the remote features of the vehicle. And then this is for the Apple CarPlay. We have our browser right here. And then, of course, we have our dash cam, which you would insert a USB so that it can store all of the footage that it gets while on the road. Last but not least, our vehicle settings. So ESP, that's our traction control. It's going to take all those horses away from us in case it ever catches us slipping. You always want this on. And then you have your interior motion sensor. So what this is going to do is basically, if I'm driving at night and it's dark out and my purse is in the passenger seat and I reach over in my purse to get something, it's going to automatically turn on that map light. And as soon as I take my hand back, it's going to automatically shut that map light off. So under assistance, you've got camera and parking. So one of the new features that came along in the 2021 E-Class introduced the front camera, that when I put the vehicle into drive, when I turn my steering wheel in a certain direction, the camera is going to follow for more visibility. How cool is that, you guys? And then you have your active brake assist. So if your vehicle thinks you're going to rear end the car in front of you, it's going to actively start braking for you. You'll hear 3 beeps, and by that 3rd beep, if you haven't braked, it will. Then you have your attention assist. So over the next few weeks, this vehicle is going to be recording your driving habits. So say one day maybe you're a little distracted and you're overcorrecting more than usual. It'll send you this little coffee cup on your command screen and say, hey, you're not being yourself. Maybe you should pull over and take a break. Traffic light view. Now, I like to keep my traffic light view off. Just because I don't like my camera showing what I'm already seeing through the windshield whenever I pull up to a stoplight. Blind spot assist, which are the triangles in your side view mirrors. If someone's in your blind spot, they're going to highlight red. If you put your blinker on to go in that lane anyway, they're going to start beeping at you, and the ambient lighting is going to start flashing red to get your attention. Got Eco, which is going to save you the most on gas. Comfort is the smoothest, most comfortable ride for you. Sport's going to make that gas pedal more sensitive and steering column stiffer. And then Sport Plus is basically that times 10. And then you've got individual configuration, which basically means like my individual configuration in my car is set at, I like to keep my suspension on comfort mode and my engine on Sport Plus. But I'm going to put us back in comfort for now. Then we're going to move on to our next automatic seat adjustment. So again, while you were setting up your profile, if you missed setting your height into the vehicle and pressing start positioning, you're not out of luck. It's still right here. And you can activate your easy entry exit, steering wheel and seat. So essentially this means when I turn the vehicle off and open my driver door, now the steering wheel is going to slide up and seat's going to roll back to make more room for me to get in and out. Acoustic lock, which means the vehicle is going to beep when you're walking away and hit that lock button. You have your automatic door lock, which means if you accidentally unlock your vehicle, say when you're going through your purse or your briefcase or backpack, the vehicle, if no doors were opened, realizes that nobody's getting into it, so it's going to automatically lock itself back. Then you have your automatic mirror folding, which of course we want that on, and trunk lid restriction. Honestly, it's only going to open your trunk halfway. We don't need that. And then I recommend having gas station search activated. So that means anytime you're super low on fuel, it's going to ask if you'd like to be navigated to the closest fueling station. Then we have our light settings, which there's multiple ways to do the same things. So you have ambient lighting, which we already set underneath the lotus flower. We set it at pink earlier. And then you have your exterior lighting delay. So after you turn the vehicle off, how long would you like your exterior and interior lights to stay on? Now, factory setting, it comes set at 30. I have my car set at 15 because anything longer than that makes me feel like I didn't shut off my electronics. And my interior lights will stay on for 15 seconds as well. And then you have your daytime running lights, which are those beautiful LED strips. Of course, you want to keep those activated. And then your locator lighting, which I would also suggest leaving activated. It just means anytime you hit that unlock button, all of those exterior lights are going to come on, so you know exactly where your vehicle is located. Then you have your system settings, which you have designs and displays. So we have multiple different modes that we can choose from here. If I change it to sport, this is what it's going to look like. And if I change it to progressive, this is what it's going to look like. So I normally suggest people stick to classic, at least in the beginning, while they're getting more used to the vehicle. And then we have display brightness, which I have all the way up for the sake of the video. And day-night design, you want to keep that on automatic. So if it gets super bright outside, your screen will get brighter, your display screens get brighter. If it gets dark outside, they'll automatically dim. Controls, you want your touchpad sensitivity, medium across the board. This vehicle is Wi-Fi hotspot capable. And what I do before someone leaves the lot is I just activate vehicle Wi-Fi hotspot and let them know that they can press the Me button up here next to their SOS, and that's going to directly connect them to a concierge. And they'll say, I want to activate the Wi-Fi hotspot in my vehicle, and then they will transfer them to the proper people who will go over the different packages and make sure if either they want unlimited data or 10 gigs of data a month for a hotspot, and they can go through it and activate it that way. And then time and date. Automatic time zone, so if you go on a road trip, it's going to automatically switch that time zone for you, and your daylight savings time is set to automatic, so you'll never have to worry about setting the time or date in the vehicle again. Language, English, units, miles per hour, not kilometers, and everything else in system settings is all for service. You don't have to worry about it. I normally just put people back into radio, and then we move on to your climate system. So what's really cool in a lot of the 2020s and definitely in the 2021s is you can just press this menu button here, and it's going to bring you to a digital version of everything that's right here. And the symbols are much bigger, they're lit up, it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to select how I want the air to come at me, my fan speed, what the temperature is that I want. And guys, the super cool thing is the climate ambient lighting. So when I get hotter, it goes red. When I get colder, it goes blue. Then you have all of these hard buttons for everything that's in your home screen. Now, I call the home button the escape button usually, and we have 3 different home buttons. We have got a home button on our touchscreen in the top left corner, which we can press. We've got a home button on the right side of our steering column, which we can press. And we've got a home button right here on our center touchpad. So if we ever want to get back to our home screen, if you ever get lost in the technology, this is what I tell everybody: just hit your home button, you start from step 1 again. But if you're more of a person who likes to just press, if you want to get to telephone, boom, you can press the tel button, you're there. If you want to press navi, you're there. Radio, you're there. Our wireless charging port, which you can put your phone right on top of. You can see wireless charging started on your screen up there. Okay guys, so the capacitive steering wheel. This is the biggest thing that everybody is buzzing about for the 2021 E-Class. Basically, you've got seamless flush buttons that are integrated into the spokes, and you have that haptic feedback. So for the home button, I press it in like a button, but all I see is the symbol. And then I have the touchpad, which you really can't tell it's a touchpad unless you just start swiping and you figure out that's where the OK and all 4 arrows are. And then, so if I was to go into navigation, I have my back button. This is just to bring me back to the previous screen that I was in. And then I have my volume, which is also like the touchpad. I can, if I just want it to go up, I can just roll my thumb up it and it will turn the volume up, or down and it will turn it down. Or I can press it in like a button for mute. And then on the left side of my steering wheel, it's kind of the same idea. You've got your touchpad, so I can change everything I'm seeing right now. So this is the classic screen. Everybody likes their miles per hour in the middle, their dial with their miles per hour on the left, and their RPMs over there on the right. And you can swipe up or down in the middle, see how many miles total are on the vehicle, see full screen display, which will basically give me all of that information that I was swiping through all in one screen. And then you can turn on your cruise control. This is how you turn it on, and you see it come on right there. And this is how you set it. And the cruise control works kind of the same as the volume. So you can up your cruise control or lower your cruise control. And then you have resume and cancel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another one of my videos. Make sure to like, share, leave a comment below. If this video helped you out, definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.